Hello everyone, and welcome to the live stream. And actually, this is a live stream that I have been on for a while, and basically it's just going to be about me editing your images. Do I'll be editing my personal images or some series, but it's going to be more of editing your images. And if you are new from my Telegram channel, please check the link under the description of any of my YouTube channel videos, and you will find my Telegram channel link there. I think I've posted it for the past 2 days. So I just tried to start this, but unfortunately my OBS software doesn't software using for the live stream have been displayed. It's been updated to also start doing this for the past 2 days, but definitely enough to do OBS. I get that will allow using right now for this live. The reason why I haven't started with editing your images officially like I have promised for the past 2 days is because I finished fixing this software, make it up and running this lately. I just finished fixing it, and I feel it's too late for us to start because I wanted to announce I eventually go live with this, but probably by tomorrow, max next tomorrow, we are going to officially start editing your images. And I've been seeing your images that you have been sending and especially to see you let's get to editing this image because we are going to start editing this basically well, let me see, hopefully by tomorrow or next tomorrow, like I said, we are going to start editing images that send us to and if you are watching me here on YouTube or TikTok, there is the email that you guys can still I will check them, download them, and I will try as much as give them live along with you guys here on my live stream series. So without saying too much, let's start by editing this image. So for this image, first as usual, I like this image. So let's go and duplicate this image and have a copy. So let's make our background layer, and then we press Control and Command plus 2 to duplicate our layer. So after duplicating, let's use the layer we copied and remove our blemishes. So sometimes I start by copying my images basically then always go to image before you start using personal copy. Content aware feel on the negative space here because I'm planning to change the background of image. There's nothing wrong with the background of this image, it's good as it is, but I think I would like to play with the image and change the background and see what can be able to come up with the image. So let's go ahead and select our selection tool. Before selecting subject, I would like to make sure I go to cloud and select subject. Reason why I always try to use cloud because it's going to use processors give it a try. If it didn't work according to what you are expected, then you delete it and then you try another one. There's no magic here. You just have to try and follow your instinct. Try what you feel when you're watching the image. If it did not turn out the way you are expecting it to be, then you change another image. So let's try this image and see how it's going to be on the background of our image. And if it does work, then we just simply try another option, because one of the good ways of having more. And I think on our subsequent live streams, I'm going to show us how you can do it's looking off, but we are going to blend it with the original image. So for this image, let's hit enter. Alright, as you can see, this is our image. Let's try a moment on it and see what we are going to achieve with this image. So the first thing that I usually do to blend the background of my image is to add this line that is connecting the sky and the ground. So there is this place that is two areas with the sky and the ground. So looking at this exactly this area, if I uncheck the background that we added, probably we are having the area just somewhere around this place that I'm doing this. Let me add empty layer here. So what I'm thinking about is somewhere around here. I think this ground level probably around here from our what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure our background that we added also align with my original image. So since our the area that connects the ground level and the sky is somewhere around this white line on our original image, so I'm just basically going to push this background and make sure where the sky and the ground level meets align with my original image. I hope you understand. As you can see, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit this layer and then I bring back our original image. So that's the first thing that I would like to do. And then the second thing that I would like to do is I would also like to add the since you look at the original image, level of glory on the background. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move back my background layer and then I'm going to switch, as you can see, and then I'm selecting my background layer that I added. I'm going to go to filter and then you select blur gallery and then you click on stroke, as you can see. So basically what's happening here is these two solid lines that you are seeing, the lines that this circle is in between, is simply reflecting the area where it's sharp. So normally when you're taking image, where you place your focus point is where that is sharp. So we always place our focus point on our subject. So what we are going to do is we are going to make sure this area of focus is placed just where the leg of our model is. So probably since we are not fully seeing her leg, let's assume her leg is somewhere around here. So from this solid line where I'm moving my mouse around upward to the dotted from this dotted line upward, this is where our blurriness started increasing gradually upward. So the more it moves up, the more intense the level of our blurry on the background will be. So what we do is we are going to keep our area of focus where we assume our levels should be, and then we increase the intensity of the blurry, as you can see. So I'm just going to increase the blurry, as you can see. Alright, I think let's a bit more. Alright, I think this is perfect, and then we hit let's wait for Photoshop to process. Let's wait for Photoshop to process. The level of the background music on the background. Okay, I hope this is better. Sorry about that once again. So let's continue editing our image. Let's zoom the image a bit more, as you can see. All right, this is what we are having so far. So if we just reflect from our original image, this is our original image before and after, before and after, as you can see. And I think we should increase the size of our background a bit more, because I can see some level of transparency over here. So let's select our move tool, show our control levels, and then we increase it up a bit, and then we hit OK. Let's wait for it to finish processing. Alright, I think this looks pretty much better. Let's zoom out the image a bit. So the next thing that I would like to do on this image is if we zoom the image a bit, if you look at the background, it's a bit too sharp. So what we are going to do is we are going to select our background layers, and then we go to adjustment below here, and then we click on green. So we are going to add some level of green to the background, just a bit of it, as you can see. Oh, this is too much, so let's reduce the intensity, the amount of the green. Okay, let me just keep it at 10. All right, I think 10 is okay. So I think this feels more realistic compared to having the background too sharp. So I think the next thing we are going to do is we are going to retouch our image. So let's match our entire image by pressing Command or Control Alt Shift E, and have a solid layer above here, as you can see above our layers here. So what I'm going to do is we are going to zoom our image, and then we go ahead and play our frequency separation action 16-bit. Since our image is 16-bit, so we are going to make use of frequency separation action 16-bit. If your image is 8-bit, just make sure you go ahead and use the 8-bit, so you can check whether your image is 8-bit or 16-bit by checking the name of your image. Right after the color space RGB here, you find out our image here is 16-bit. So we are going to play frequency separation action 16-bit, as you can see. All right. Let me say Pacha. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. From YouTube says I should increase my voice. All right. Sorry about that. Let me increase it. I hope this will work. I hope this is working, but I just increase the volume. I hope you can hear me better. And then you ask, how can I get this latest Photoshop? Okay, for the latest Photoshop, we are going to make sure you are having Adobe Creative Cloud. So if you download the Adobe Creative Cloud, it's just like a Play Store or App Store for Adobe company. So you are going to have all their softwares inside there: Photoshop, Lightroom, all the softwares from Adobe. So get the Adobe Creative Cloud, and then you will be able to download your latest Photoshop there. This is Photoshop 2026, so you are going to get the latest Photoshop there, and then you make your subscription from over there. I think there is someone told me, a friend told me recently that you can be able to make subscription of for mainly for photographers. Actually, you can make the subscription for the photographers package, which you have a privilege of subscribing for both Photoshop and Lightroom only. So in that package, you are going to pay, I think, somewhere around, let me not mistake, I think it's $17, somewhere around that range. So just one payment upfront for month will cost you $17, and you are going to make you are going to be having premium access on both Photoshop and Lightroom. I hope that helps. So let's get back to our editing. So I think for this image, what I'm going to do is let's zoom back our image, and then we make sure we are zooming all the way to her face, and then we reduce the radius to just somewhere we cannot clearly see the skin texture. We can see the skin texture, but not that clearly. I think 4.1 will be fine for this image. You just need to follow instinct in this situation. So it doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to overthink. Just make sure you are on the level where you immediately cannot see it, your skin texture, and then you hit on OK. And then we also wait again for Photoshop to process. And then so after activating our action, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to make sure we are selecting our mixer brush tool, and then our settings for the mixer brush is here above. So for this very first icon, we are going to make sure it's unchecked. Make sure if you look closely, if I check it, you find out the icon is dark, so you make sure it's light, and then the second one is checked, it's looking dark. Here remain custom, weight 30, load 30, mix 30, flow 30, and then you need to make sure sample all layers is checked. So before you start mixing your skin, you need to make sure you disable your high FS layer, and then you make sure color correction layer is checked. I hope you understand. Please, if you're having any question, feel free to send your questions. I'm looking at my comment section, and I will surely respond to your question if you have any. All right, so let's assume for now we don't have any question. So after setting our mixer brush, so we now start mixing our skin. So the concept here, as usual, is you need to mix highlight within highlight, and then shadows within shadows. I hope you understand, because the concept here is whenever you select your mixer brush, you click on the highlight and start mixing it. Just assume your mixer brush is holding the color of this highlight until you let go of your click. So as much as you are holding the light areas here and continue mixing without releasing the click and shift to the shadow area, look at how we are moving highlight inside the shadow area, which is wrong. So always try and maintain highlight and shadow area at their respective areas, because these are what make the face of your model to look this way. I think this is what the makeup artists usually do to add some level of highlight to certain area of the face, and shadows to the certain areas of the face, like the side of the chin, because this is what these are what shape the face of your model. I hope you understand. So don't forget making a selection of your mixer brush, then you click and start mixing on the highlight area. If you want to move to another area, you first need to let go of your click, and then you move to the next area, you click, and then you continue mixing, just like this. I hope you understand. So that's how you continue moving from one area to another, moving from highlight to shadows, mixing the skin of your model. As you can see, just like you see I am doing, I'm making sure I'm respecting the level, I'm respecting the highlight and shadows irrespective of their size. So no matter how little a shadow is, just make sure you keep it exactly where it belongs. I hope you understand. So moving to the nose, as you can see. Please don't forget, if you have any question, please don't forget to shoot your question on the comments section. Okay, let's go on and keep mixing. Let's go on and keep mixing. Okay. Sorry. Um, okay. Let's go ahead and continue mixing. As you can see. Okay, let's check back our high FS and see the changes we have made. So checking back our high FS, if we check before, after, before, and after, let's zoom out a bit. So let's do it before and after. Look at how we blend the skin using our mixer brush. So let's move down to the neck also, and then don't forget we need to check uncheck our high FS, and then we continue mixing the skin. As you can see, as you can see. Okay, I don't think we need to do too much on the neck. So let's zoom back once again. So let's take back our hair first and do before, after, before and after. I think I love what I'm seeing already. So let's shift down to the hands, and then we also do some level of frequency separation to the hand, as you can see. As you can see. As you can see. I hope you guys can still hear me clearly. You don't need to brush around these dark areas. Okay. So I think we are good with the hands. So let's check again: before, after, before and after. I think I'm good with what I'm seeing. So always after doing frequency separation, what I usually do is I always need to make sure I erase the excess areas where my mixer brush shouldn't touch. I always need to make sure I erase the effect of mixer brush around those areas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm selecting my color correction layer, and then selecting my eraser tool here. My opacity and flow should be 100, and then I will need to make sure I'm selecting the soft round brush, as you can see, and then I go over and delete the edges, because definitely mixer brush will touch these areas no matter how little. So yeah, we are just going to make sure we use our eraser tool to clean up these areas. So this kind of things, this kind of efforts are what make your image to standard. So always try and make sure you don't overlook errors no matter how little you think they are, because the more you leave them, they will reach to the extent where they will obviously affect your image. So looking at the leaves, because if you look closely you realize we are doing something over there. Let me go back to the leaves around here. If I brush, you notice how we are recovering our shadows around the leaves. As you can see, around the nose also, try and recover these shadows. And then if we zoom out a bit more again, going to the hands, selecting the eraser tool. As you can see, we are recovering some shadow just below her hand. And then if you zoom out, let's do overall before and after one more. Before, after, before and after. I think I love what I'm seeing already. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some minor fix around the eyes, lips, and the brows. So what I will do is I will go to my whiten eyes and click the action, enhance eyebrow. I will click the action, eyelashes, and then eyeshadow. So and then also nostril, enhance lips. Okay, so let's begin with the enhanced lips. So selecting the enhanced lips, I'll just make sure I'm selecting my normal brush tool, opacity 100, flow 100, and then I will just simply brush using white foreground of my normal brush. So I'll just brush, just boost and enhance the colors we have just slightly a bit around the lips. So if I do before and after, you see it's not something much, but these are the little things that they will enhance your image at the end of your editing. So the nostril, let's go back to our normal brush, and then we increase the shadow around the nostril, and then selecting the sorry, I activated darken nostril twice. So eyelashes now. So what I will do, I'll also use my normal brush and just slightly brush around the eyelashes. As you can see, look at how we are recovering the eyelashes. They pop a bit more, and then we select darken eyebrow, and then make sure we brush over the eyebrow. As you can see, it's becoming just slightly a bit darker and more pronounced there, as you can see. And always don't forget, if we overdo, we just press X and toggle to black foreground of our normal brush and hide on the areas where we feel we shouldn't have touched while brushing our eyebrow, while brushing over the eyebrow while enhancing or darkening the eyebrow. So the last thing is I will enhance the eyes and teeth. So I will make sure I'm on white foreground of my normal brush tool, and then I will just brush over it. As you can see, hope you can see. I think I overdo, but don't forget, if you overdo, always toggle to X, you go back to black, and then you brush over where you shouldn't have touched and hide the areas, as you can see. So always take your time, go very slowly, and make sure you do everything properly while editing your image. Okay, this side also I think I overdo. Over here. All right, I think this is okay. Sorry, I think this is okay, but since we don't have we cannot see her teeth, we don't have problem over there. So let's zoom out, and then we reduce the intensity of the brightness of the eyes. So I'll just keep it somewhere around, let's just keep it somewhere between 20 something to 30. So I think 25 is looking pretty natural before and after. So you can just increase it maybe to somewhere 30. I hope it will not be too much. All right, 30 is fine. So let's zoom back our image, holding our alt. If we do the overall before and after, look at how we transform this image. So I think another thing that I would like to do is I would like to color grade this image. So as usual, I always use my color lookup table for color grading my image. So what I would do is I will go ahead and select my adjustment option here, selecting my color lookup, and then I'll go ahead and navigate my color lookup tables. So going to my premium. Okay, let's go to the store and check my premium outdoor lots. So since this is an outdoor image, we are going to try the first one. This is beautiful, but the downside is the colors are a bit too much on the skin. If we like, we can make use of this image and still fix the skin. So what we can do is we can just use normal brush using the black foreground, and then we brush over to the areas where we feel we don't want the color of the lot to be visible, as you can see. And then to the hands also, since we don't want the intensity to be visible on the skin, so you can just do that. So in some scenarios you might want to use a lot, but you don't want the way it look on some certain areas of the image. Don't forget, you can always use your normal brush and toggle to black and hide the areas where we don't want the effect of the lot of the color grading of any effect you feel you don't want. You just brush using your black foreground and then you erase the area, as you can see. So you can just go ahead and reduce the intensity if you feel it's too much. The reason why I like using this lot is because it do away with all of the colors that I don't like working with them that much on my image. That's the excessive colors of green and yellows. So if you look at this lot, it's kind of push them away, and I'm really happy with what it does to those colors. So looking at how they affect, or how this lot affect the greens and the yellows, is just an absolute okay for me on this image. Well, let's try the rest of our lots and see what we are going to get from them. So this is one thing: whenever you are trying your lots, whenever you are trying your lots, don't settle down on the first option. If you feel it's okay, try the rest of the image. Maybe you are yet to try the best option that you have yet. So let's disable our color lookup here, and then we go to adjustment option, and then we add color lookup again, and then we try the rest of the lots we have and see how they affect the image. So we tried one, don't forget. So now let's try the two. As you can see, this is how it look. Not bad as well, especially if you like the warm feel on your image. If you like your images to have this kind of warm feel, I think this lot is for you. As you can see, before, after, before and after. As you can see, it's also does a good job on the green and yellows according to me, you understand. So this is just personal preference. Just always go to what you have. We all have our different instincts, our different tastes. So don't try and be like, I would necessarily do what this particular photographer is doing to my images. No, no, no. If we happen to be the same, then what about other people that don't like this particular style of image? So people usually book us for our differences, for our own styles, you understand. So let's go ahead and try another color lookup table and see. Going to the third one. This is also nice. Going to the fourth one. This look a bit faded, so it depends on what you are looking for, what you are trying to achieve at the end. So that's why I'm having multiple lots. Maybe the lots that work for this particular image might not work on another image. So that's why it's good to have multiple options, because the probably the color lookup table that may not work on image will definitely work on another image. So that's benefit of having multiple options on your arsenal. So as you can see, I also like this image. I really love the way it look. Let's go for the ninth. A bit too light for this image. and then going to the last image. As you can see, this is how it look, but I still feel the first one work better according to me on this image. Did you see? As you can see, and if you feel we want to color grade the skin of our model independently, what you simply do is we are just going to also add another color lookup table. So since I'm having color lookup table strictly for skin, so what I would do is I would just go ahead and add color lookup table. So you can go ahead and use adjustment layer. It depends on what you have on ground. So for me, I have a color lookup table that I have strictly for skin. So what I would do is I would just go ahead and select the premium skin lot, and then I try the first one. Oh, I love this image. I love the way it affects the skin. Look at how we are having this kind of brownish skin. Sorry, I zoom out a bit too much. Look at how we are having this kind of brownish skin tone. I love the way it looks on this image, honestly. I love the way it looks on this image. All right, I'm seeing a chart. What's the name? Dexmont. All right, I just send my pictures to. All right, I will check on the image and I will surely download them, and then uh, uh, I will try and access them as well. So watch out my next episode of editing your image live, and probably you might see me editing your image. Thank you for sharing. I will check my email and download them. So as I was saying, I really love the way this lookup table is affecting the skin. Let me zoom out. All right, if I want it to be just limited to the skin, what I would do is, don't forget, on our first lot we hide the effect on the skin and allow it to be visible on the background. So now on this new layer above here, we want the totally opposite thing. We want it to be visible on the skin and hide it on the background. So what I would do is I will just hold my alt, click on the layer mask I edited. I have previously on the first lot, which is the lot we use to color grade the background. So I will just click and hold my alt key. I click on the layer mask and drag and place it on the second color lookup table layer that we added our skin color. So if we just let go, we are just going to approve replace layer mask. We are just going to approve yes, and then as you can see, now we are having the same layer mask from the one below and place it above. But don't forget, we want the opposite, total opposite effect. We want for this layer above, that's the layer for the skin color grading, we want the effect to be visible on the skin and invisible of the on the background. So what I will do is I'll just simply hold my control on Windows or command on Mac and press I to invert. As you can see, it inverted the layer mask and make the effect of the skin color grading to be only visible on the skin. So let's do before and then after, as you can see. And if I feel it's too much, I will just go ahead and reduce the opacity. Don't forget, you always have option of controlling the intensity of your layer, of the effect of your layer, by controlling your opacity. You can either increase or decrease. So for this, I think keeping it around somewhere around 60 something to 70 is fine. So let's do before and after. I love what I'm seeing already, honestly. I love what I'm seeing already. So let's again do the overall before and after on our image and see our original image and reflect it to what we have so far. So this is our original image, which is not still not bad. from the beginning, looking at the background, and then this is where we take our image to, before and then after, as you can see. I feel I don't need to do something again for this image. This is pretty good. um, we don't need to over edit, we don't need to overdo while editing our image, so you just need to keep our image just somewhere around the natural level. But something I feel I should add is overall grain to the image. So what I would do is I'll just go ahead and select on my adjustment layer, grain, and then I would just simply, let me just zoom it a bit so that I will clearly easily see what I'm doing. I'll just add overall grain to the overall image. This is beautiful. I love this. As you can see, just light up it. It shouldn't be too much. What's wrong with my mouse? Alright, let me use my Wacom tab. Alright, as you can see, look at how the grain further like blend the background and the subject even more. Let's reduce it to somewhere around 15. Okay, we can do, okay, 14 is fine. So let's zoom out and see. All right, I think I love this image. I don't need to do anything further. This is just perfect for me. So basically I think that's it for this image, and this brings us to the end of today's live stream. And thank you for joining. And okay, Dexmon is asking of when is my next live session. It's going to be tomorrow, but at most next tomorrow. But if you are not part of my Telegram channel, please check any video from my YouTube channel. There's link for my Telegram channel, which I easily pass information whenever I want to go live. So if you are not part of the channel, please don't use the link on the description of any video on my YouTube channel and join the channel, because if I'm going live tomorrow, I will surely announce before the time, and if I'm going next tomorrow, I'll still announce. So basically that's it for today. Thanks to everyone that joined, and let's see again on another session of editing your images live. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.